amazing decisions that I have made to take this program.
My name is Carrie Johnson. Being introduced to Kathleen has just opened my eyes to what is possible. Back home, I have the, reality. But here in Dallas, I have the opportunity to be in my imagination, like literally 24/7.
I really missed the part of the feminine energy and the part of this spiritual connection, and everything since then. I just love doing what I do.
It's amazing when I join the group and the embodiment sessions, the study groups, the people you meet, the books, the understanding of the laws of nature and I am and how ease and flow come together when you are you. When I pull in my spirituality, my knowledge, my trading, when it all comes together, I never knew how to make it fit, but it fits. It fits because it's me.
Hello, this is Marlies Hazelaar, and I wanted to come on to explain for me the reason why I entered Diamond Academy. Yeah, things are starting to come to me with ease. I just realized it. Since I am open to receive, I'm not pushing harder, I'm not grinding or hustling. I'm just open to receive. Things start to come to me with ease.
You know, it's good. It's really, it's an amazing feeling to feel like you're connecting back into yourself again, and everybody's different, but everybody's the same. So it's just, it's really, really good.
With mindfulness, it's like saying, okay, do I want to do this thing afraid? Or do I want to do this thing confidently? Like, it's so beautiful. This is what I mean. Mindfulness is going into situations with the choice to choose the experience that you're going to have.
How can you impact more people? Through unlocking your true potential. Everything starts from within you and expands outside. Anywhere you are on this planet, there is a law of cause and effect. Your reality that you live in today, the life you live, was caused by you. So the ability to accept recognition, to be grateful for what you've done, to be able to say, yes, I did that. I worked on that. I made a difference. That's how we come together and we make a difference in a more powerful way.
Honestly, I have felt a lot of freedom and felt just amazing being able to be here with so many like-minded women and men. It has been an experience I will never forget.
I've sat down and talked with Kathleen one-on-one over coffee or over breakfast multiple times, and it's so fun, and we're healing, we're expanding, we're rising, and we're having fun in the luxury of life. And I'm super grateful for Kathleen for hosting this retreat, offering her wisdom, offering her experience for us, and I'll definitely be back.
This has totally changed me, this program, and I said, I have to help others. I have to teach others this. By changing my life, look at the ripple effect and what it's done for my family and my friends and everyone that I am in contact with every single day. Modern Mentor, opened me up to this world of, oh my gosh, I can do this. Thank you, Kathleen, for everything you've done.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Thanks to Kathleen and thanks to her programs.
So this is the ladder of belief that I help people to climb. We're going to start you where you're at, and we are going to love you where you are at. We are going to embrace it. We are going to be grateful for it. And then we are going to shift up. And then we are going to shift up. And then we are going to shift up. So it is a continual process of adjustment and readjustment and really, really understanding yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Oh, yes, day 5. I want you all to just put your hands on your heart and thank you for showing up. Come on, put your hands on your heart. Just be like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for you showing up for you. Thank you for doing these 5 days, loving on yourself, pouring so much love and gratitude into yourself. Like, this is amazing. I just want to thank Kathleen for the opportunity to be your MC and your host this week. It's been so fun being with you. I love that. If you know me, you know me. I love to go like just left, right, center, wherever. And I've been really fortunate enough to have this opportunity just sit and be with you guys, and so much love. So today we are going to fill up your cup again. Kathleen is teaching. We are actually giving away the most amazing prize today. It's a one-on-one call with Kathleen, valued at $1,600. Who does $16,000? Sorry, right? When Kathleen said shift up, 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 there you go. Up, 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 right? So who doesn't want that? I want you to put in the chat if it's going to be you, right? So manifest that, put that in the chat. And I just hope that you understand this garden analogy, and just like, really, you are so worthy of all of this. And I love watching that video back to see where Kathleen was to where she is and to where she's going, because she projects that so much that we as a team, especially as a team, understand and know where Diamond Academy is going, know where she's going, KCB, like we know this. So I want you guys all to think bigger today, open your heart, and know that this is possible for you as well. Because I know for me, my life looks a hell of a lot different than it did when I first came into here. So with that, let's give so much love to Kathleen, our just star of the hour and a half. We love you so much, Kathleen, and I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Shan. I'm so grateful to be here in this beautiful place with all you beautiful people. What I would absolutely love for us to start off with today, of course, a guy's going by here mowing the lawn out here in the Bahamas. So hopefully that's not too loud. Oh, you can't hear it. Okay, good. I can. I'm like, oh no, they're mowing the lawn. But this is real life. I want to start off with a beautiful prayer. I think it's so special and so important to pray as much as you possibly can. One thing I really like to do, I actually got this from Oprah, is when I wake up in the morning and I open up my eyes, the first thing that I think now is thank you. And I actually saw a reel from Oprah a while ago. I can't remember when, but she says thank you the first thing she does when she opens her eyes in the morning, and then she says thank you before she goes to bed at night. So that's very, very powerful, something that I really, really try to do as much as I can. But what's really, really beautiful about the way in which I pray and my progression of prayer is just how much it's changed for me. Prayer was never a part of my life. It was not something that I did as a kid. I didn't do it growing up. Prayer was actually something that I didn't start doing until I started studying this material in 2019, at the tail end of 2019. So when I started learning about law of attraction, power of the mind, I started thinking about the universe and feeling supported by the universe. And I started to ask for things through my thoughts. I started to say thank you. I started to tap into deeper and higher levels of gratitude. And at that time, I would not have believed that was prayer. Okay, so in 2019, 2020, I wouldn't have said I'm praying right now. I would have just said I'm in gratitude or whatever else. But the more work that I do, the more that I study, the more I go back to some classic fathers of this material. So you will notice the history of manifestation, the history of mindset, the history of law of attraction has a lot of masculine energy. It has a lot of fathers. So we have people like Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, Bob Proctor, Neville Goddard, James Allen, a lot of male energy because that's what that time needed. And now we are moving into the feminine. So this is why I am a mother of manifestation or law of attraction, because we are now meant to bring the feminine energetics in. The world is at a time now where spiritually it is open to receive, to hear, to allow. And so I'm honored to be able to step up and to be one of many of the mothers of manifestation that are now paving the way with this material and with this information. So, but having said that, I now know that prayer for me is something that I started doing in 2019, and it has led to what my life now consists of. So prayer to me is a simple thank you. It is gratitude. Neil Donald Walsh, another father of manifestation, in Conversations with God. When he was having his conversations, God said to him, to pray for something is not to ask for something, but to know that whatever you ask for is already granted. Thus you say thank you. So That's why I don't pray in, please God, deliver me XYZ. I say, thank you, God, for XYZ. So if you have an absolute faith in knowing that everything you desire, everything you want, everything you're calling in will be delivered, will be granted, you don't even have to ask. You just say thank you. It's an expectation, it's an assumption. So having said that, I want to say thank you to every single one of you that is on this Zoom, that is on the YouTube, that is watching the replay, every single beautiful soul that is giving themselves the time to be spent with me, with your heart and your mind open to hear what I have to say. I want to say thank you for my team, for showing up, for being here, for holding space, for having all of these calls with all of you. I'm hearing about all of these beautiful conversations and goals and all those things. I want to say thank you for every single person that trusts in us to guide them, to be there next to you, for trusting in us. And I want to say thank you to God, Source, Spirit, Energy, Universe, whatever language you like, for giving us the opportunity to grow and ascend together in the collective in this beautiful setting. And thank you for delivering us our next level selves. Thank you for delivering us our dreams, our wishes in the physical 3D world. We thank you. We are grateful. Amen. So it is. I want to start off, I want to just quickly recap where we've been this week. The reason I chose to do a 5-day manifestation challenge was as I wanted to give you tasks that you could do, that you can continue to reuse as long as you want and follow this step, this roadmap, this path. So the garden analogy is simply a way for you to be able to see that, okay, now I'm planting my garden, now I'm planting the seeds, now I'm tending to it, now I'm in the in-between where I don't see anything yet, but I know I'm going to because 95% of it's done. And then now I'm in receivership. Here it is. I can see it. And so I've given you tasks. The team gave you 3 bits of homework. I gave you a task last night to do. And all of those things are all ways for you to embody this material. Embodiment is the key to this work. It is not about knowing a thing. It is about being a thing. And so by doing these embodiment practices, this is how you start being that thing. If you are somebody that avoided it, you didn't do it. You didn't do it all, or you did some of it, just a moment of self-reflection. Why did I put that off? Why was I too busy? Or why did I not make it a priority? Or why did I do half of it? And you'll start to notice that likely what happens is you're now starting to grow, you're starting to ascend, you're starting to move up in a frequency, and that old version of you is going to go, hold on a minute. It's really comfortable and safe down here. Like, we know what's going to happen on this like lower frequency. We know what tomorrow's going to look like. Groundhog Day, while it sucks, it's familiar. Like, if you know exactly what tomorrow's going to look like, there's no question, there's safety and security in the mediocre. But let me tell you, past the safety and security of the mediocre outside of Groundhog Day is this really fantastic, incredible, extraordinary experience of life. But you've got to get out of needing it to be the same every single day. You have got to be okay with just a lack of certainty in how it's all going to be and how it's all going to come together, but with a knowing that it's going to be fantastic, that it's going to be beautiful, that it's going to be powerful. I'm in the Bahamas, but I mean, I planned this like a week ago. I didn't know I was going to come here. And this is the beauty behind going with the flow and just following along. For those of you that are just starting the challenge, or you're watching it on the replay, or you missed the first couple of days and you're coming on to today, does not matter. You can still do it. You do not need to be on track with everyone. And the old version of you might tell you, oh, well, I already missed a few days, so I'm not going to do it. No. Go start at the beginning and do it. It does not matter when you start. And this is going to be living on the YouTube channel, right? So if you're watching this 2 months from when I taught this live, go back and start it right now. The value is in you following this process and allowing yourself to make the changes. So Just allow yourself to please do this work. You came on here for a reason. You called me into your life for a reason. Everything is by design. It is not by accident or by coincidence. So I truly do believe that I come into people's lives when they are ready to change. And sometimes that feeling of wanting more, needing more, desiring more has been there for some time and you just don't know what to do. And then boom, here I am. And so just follow along, go with the flow, and then follow what feels good. Please follow what feels good. The other thing that I will find too is some of you will avoid my team like the plague. Okay. And they have the most beautiful hearts. And they have the most beautiful souls. And what they want more than anything else is for you to have experienced what they've experienced. Okay. And I'm going to get Shannon to talk on this in a minute. Shannon, be ready. Because she shared something with me this morning and I think it's really important. The reason I'm saying this is because no matter what the outcome is and no matter where you go from here, I want you to know that you have the safety and security of a group of people that really care about you here. And we really, really do. And so I wouldn't avoid them. I would reach out to them, talk to them, have a conversation with them, and know that you are supported. Sometimes the avoidance of speaking to them is an old version of you that wants to stay the same. So really ask yourself, why am I not doing that? And sometimes what will happen is people will come to me and they will say, Kathleen, I'm ready to be mentored by you. Let's go. And I say, okay, I'll send the invoice. Here it is. Let's do it. And then they're like, no, I don't think I'm ready yet. And my answer is, you are ready, or you wouldn't have asked for my help. So now's the time to go like this. Boop. And the decision is to go like this. So it's powerful work. Okay, Shannon, I want to bring you on because I want to talk about this. So Shannon sent me a message this morning, and she sent me a screenshot of a post that she put into the private coaching community. So this was after she had joined a Millionaire, and this post was made as a student in the Millionaire program. Do you want to read what it says?
I would love to read it.
Yes.
So it says, this was August 7th, 2022. So I've expressed the love I have for this community and for the embodiment sessions. Massive shifts have happened this week, and I'm so grateful for the coaches that pour into us on those calls and for the beautiful people who share their wins. There is something magical that happens that hour. I set an alarm on my phone for every call and make an effort to be on them daily. I know this has truly helped my growth here. This morning, I wrote a poem about the ingredients in having your desire manifested. Like Moses parting the Red Sea, you have to hold. So before I read the poem, I just want you to think about the people like in the Bible that were walking when Moses said, let's go through here. How much faith do they have when they're walking? There's like this is just literal, but water on this side and this side, right? Having that faith to see that direction ahead. So I wrote this. It says to hold the vision, to hold the faith, to hold the belief, to hold your worth, to hold the value, to hold the stillness, to hold the actions, to hold the love, to hold the desire, to hold you.
Oh, Shan, that is so good. And just for a little bit of context, because Shannon's journey has been such a beautiful one, and she wrote that at a pivotal moment. It took her almost 2 years to sign up and to join the Millionaire program with me. We actually knew each other before I started studying this work, and we felt this magnetic pull to one another. We met at an event in a bathroom, and we felt this magnetic pull to one another that we were meant to do something or to work together. And for 2 years, she fought me.
Yeah,
she literally fought. I would be like, get over here. Because listen, my path started with investing in myself. So I can't say to all of you, bypass the investment in you. It's okay. You don't have to do it. Just follow me for free, because that's not my path. I invested in myself to elevate myself. That was my journey. So when Shannon's coming to me saying, Kathleen, every time she would come, I knew what was happening. She was watching me, feeling me, knowing what was happening, having the sense of, I want to be closer to this woman because I want that experience that she's having, the self-love, the joy, the bliss, the gratitude, the helping people. She didn't join me to join my team. She joined me in A Millionaire to better herself, to change the course of her life and her family's life. And it took her 2 years to do it. But then as soon as she's in there, she's posting things like that. And then now 2 years later, it's not even 2 years later, she is a very integral part of the Diamond Academy team, and also the facilitator for House of Manifestation. She runs the matcha chats and the book clubs. And, she leads House of Manifestation alongside Jen Perman. And it's just evidence of how quickly things will move when you make a decision. So Shan, for anybody that is thinking, oh, it's going to be me that's going to wait 2 years, what would you say?
Don't wait. Honestly, I played the song on Monday and it was Kenny Chesney, Don't Blink, for a reason, for you to see how life just goes. And I just think it's almost 2 years since I graduated as a student. And when in the beginning video, when Kathleen says shift up, it's almost like gears, because it's a ladder of belief. You shifting up. And I get so many people my worthiness wasn't there. That's why I didn't invest in myself. Now I'm a woman who loves herself. I invest in myself. Every time I spend money, I say, this is going to come back to me 3 times. This is going to come back to me 3 times, because that is the belief I have now. That's the conviction. You guys, I went to Sedona a couple weeks ago on a whim, because I know now that was an investment in myself, and you have the story I could tell from that. That's another call, another day. Come on, Matcha Chat, we'll talk about it. But I'm just saying to you here, don't wait, don't blink, right? Because now I keep shifting up. And honestly, what I was attracted the most about Kathleen, she's funny, she's cute, she's all those things, but her light, her source, she's so connected. That's what she was a lighthouse for me. And you were all guided here because she is a lighthouse for you. Your soul knows. And that's what I've been saying to people on the call. You're here because your soul has wandered you here because of the light. And this is what was for me. But my worthiness kept me stuck, kept me shackled. Shackled. You guys, I look back now, I released alcohol 3 weeks in, something that I wanted to do so many times. And I remember my sister said to me, don't say you're sober. It sounds like you have a problem. But I look at my family's pattern and what I broke, generational curses I broke from investing in myself, and 3 weeks later being able to have that miracle. I look now what's going on in my life all around. I'm in the thick of it. I'm like Moses. Kathleen's like my Moses. She's right there. The water here, the water here. I'm I know I'm going this way. And as soon as this noise, because honestly, I was suicidal. I was a drunk. I was all those things. And I was at my last, there was a time, I was telling my sister today, there was a time that I was driving and I was I just want to end my life because I can't do this anymore. I was so broken. And God led me here. My soul was led here. And through this work and through doing this and being in this community, it's the community, guys. I keep learning. I'm so blessed to be the facilitator in House of Manifestation, but I'm learning too. And these incredible people that Kathleen brings, that is attracted to her light, we're all raising. Rises tides, rises all. And I just think why not you? Why not? Because I had to take that uncomfortable step. And I remember we were at Rise and I was crying. I was scratching. I was running. I was a runner. The song, she's a runner, she's a track star. I was a runner. And I was scratching. I was get me out of here. Kathleen had to hold me. She's what are you doing? What's wrong? And I was I don't know. And she's you do know. And it was because I didn't feel worthy. And that was a year later from being a millionaire. So I'm forever growing. And there's so many people that say to me, I don't have the money. The money is everywhere. And I know people say, oh, okay, show me Chicken Little, let it fall from the sky. Because I was that person. I didn't believe it. I made Kathleen wrong for 2 years. That girl just wants me to buy her course. That girl just, whatever. Until I went back and be hey, where do you shop? Because she stopped answering my messages. You're so worthy. And so am I. And now I'm a woman who knows her worth. And that is a badass power. And that hasn't just come easily. I have kept going. When the world right now, and people tell me, oh, I got contrast, I got this. You know what? I'm in the biggest shitstorm of my life right now. But I was on this call all week because I know where I'm going. I'm not looking at the crap in front of me. My projection is too big. And my light is too big to focus on this right in front of me.
Yeah, so good, Shannon. See, I knew she was supposed to say, she had something to say to you guys instead of just emceeing. The beautiful thing about all of this is the power behind where you put your energy, where you put your value and your worth, and where you're focused upon. So if we keep getting distracted by the appearance of things, then we lose sight of where we're going. And so for me, I will always say, and I say this to my team all the time, you will not fool me. I will not be distracted. I will not be tricked. And I will go unfazed. And what I mean by that is when there's, Shannon said, shitstorm. So if that storm is going on around you, you stay grounded and centered in where you are going. And it can all go on around you. And you're like, nah, I am here and I am firm. I know exactly my path. I know the destination. I know my calling. I know what I'm meant to do. And I know I'm the light, right? Do lighthouses move around all everywhere? No, they're in one place. They are firmly rooted and grounded. And I'm going to talk about a new course that I'm going to be offering and how important leadership is, and you being a leader for others in that groundedness in who you are and how that supports people. So we'll talk about that near the end of the call. Shannon, thank you so much for sharing. I think everything happens in divine time and divine reasons. And what you shared is important because you've been through the journey that I went through and that every other person has been through. Every member of my team's been through the same journey. Just it looks a lot different, but it's all about that growth. And I do want to say the money thing. There was a time that you could not imagine how you would come up with the money. And now, like, I don't know how, I think the biggest invoice I've seen that we have been able to circulate to you has been, I don't know, double, triple the cost of what the program was for a very, very short time. So in terms of like income and ability to move energy and money, with the ascension in your identity, in being happier, more blissful, more grateful, blah, 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 you also make more money. You also become an open vessel for God's work. And I think that's
absolutely,
yeah.
And I know money comes from everywhere. So I'm like, rain on me, tsunami. Like, I love it. Like, I'm like, bring it on. Like, and this is the thing. Like I said, I was going to travel every month this year. And I haven't even blinked an eyelash. I've traveled on an airplane every single month this year, except for June. I didn't travel on an airplane. I traveled to a luxury cottage in PEI. But other than that, I was like Malibu, Florida, Malibu again, like North Carolina. So the thing is that some people say, I'm not in it for the money, but money allows you to have the experiences. So when you say I'm not in it for the money or whatever, I don't do this for the money. No, I want it all. I want the money. I want the experiences. I want the joy. I want the life. We were supposed to live this life abundantly. That is our birthright. And like, when you say words like that, that cuts you off. Why would you do that?
Yeah, no, I want it all. Somebody messaged me the other day and they said, Kathleen, what are you manifesting next? And I responded, everything. And it's like, yeah, like everything is available and everything is possible. And I want all of you to be vibrational matches and to be open to receive that experience of everything. So the garden analogy, you know, what type of garden? Whatever the heck you want. It can literally have whatever you want. Just don't be building somebody else's idea of the perfect garden. Build your idea of the perfect garden. Live in your truth and authenticity of who you are. And then have that divine human experience that you're all meant to have. Shannon, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful heart with us. I'm so proud of you. So what I want to do now is I want to talk about embodiment of this process and what this looks like. I actually have a couple examples of how I tend to my garden and how I do this process along the way. And so I want to share a little bit of that with all of you. We're also going to do a guided visualization this morning. This is a major part of this work, is the ability to use your imagination. So we'll do a guided visualization around 11:45. And then after that, around 12 o'clock, I'm going to talk a little bit about Diamond Academy, who we are, what we do, how we can help you, what the best option might be for you, our current enrollment and what we have open that we're opening up today, and a brand new course that I'm teaching. It's a 4-week course. It is on leadership. And anybody that does decide to join Diamond Academy will get this course included during this enrollment period as well. And then I'm going to give away a one-on-one coaching call. It's actually interesting to say that how much the value of the call is, because this is literally my time. And as a nurse, I believed I was worthy of $37 an hour. That's how much I made. And so now to provide a one-on-one coaching service, that my time is now $16,000 an hour. So basically what we did is we took my 6-month one-on-one coaching and we just split it up into the number of calls, and it ends up being about $16,000 an hour. And I'm saying it in this way because I want you to see, how much do you believe your time is worth? How valuable do you think you are? And if you're still showing up to do something where you make $37 an hour, I would just ask you to please think bigger. Please consider what can be next for you and what would be that experience that you would love to have. And it all depends on you. Absolutely. Let's chat about embodiment here for a minute. I've been getting a lot of messages from people from my past lately. And I love this because I love to support people. And if I can be that lighthouse that Shannon calls me so beautifully, this lighthouse, she's a lighthouse herself, she knows it. If I can be that lighthouse for you and you just keep coming back to find the light, that's great. So I've had some people from my past come back to me recently that are at the same place that they've been at. You know, I've been continuing to ascend, or perhaps they've taken a couple steps back and they're coming to me because they want the light a little bit. And I'm here to do that. That's fine, no problem. But the thing that I find and I notice the most is it's in the embodiment or the lack of embodiment of this work where we go astray. And so then people say, well, what does that mean, Kathleen? What does embodiment mean? And I will never forget, I've told this story before, but for anybody that hasn't heard it, I'll say it again. I did a beautiful interview with Bob Proctor in his studio in Toronto in June of 2021. And I sat there and I said to him, Bob, why me? Why me? And he kind of looked at me like, well, what do you mean? And I said, so many people, you know, he had over 1 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. He was on the Ellen DeGeneres show. He was on Larry King Live. He had a very beautiful reach and impact. God wanted him to be seen. God wanted this message to be heard, put him in front of a lot of different people, a lot of coaches and consultants teaching this work. And some of them are, you know what? Some of them are like, where is it? Why is it that I'm doing this, I'm listening to this, I'm understanding this, but my life isn't changing around me, right? So why isn't that? And I have to read what Wendy wrote in a minute. Remind me to go back to Wendy's direct message, okay? Anybody on the team? Because this is really good. She knows Bob very well, and she just gave me what Bob used to say all the time to us. She just said it to me in direct messages, so I want to make sure I read that in a minute. I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to move it. But I said to Bob, why me? And he looked at me and he said, Kathleen, because you live it. You internalized it. You didn't just take this information and leave it in the conscious mind. You moved it into your body. You became it and you live it. It's your truth. And I can say that that is 100% true. It is 100% true. I believe in this. I live it. And I experience this material on a daily basis. And when I got into the car, I'm like, internalize it. What the heck does that mean? Like, how do I describe internalizing something? And then the word embodiment came to me. Embodiment. You are meant to embody it, Kathleen. That is what you did. Moved it into the body. So to understand a thing is to know it, right? To say it. But to embody it means to live it. So for example, the law of cause and effect. It is a universal law that says every single effect in your life is a cause of one thing. What's that? Your thinking. Okay, As a Man Thinketh, one of the best, quickest, one of Bob's favorite books, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, very clearly says, as a man thinketh, and so is he. It's actually from the Bible, I think. But let the weak man say, I am strong. What does that mean? It means if you believe you are weak, tell yourself you are strong until you believe you are strong, and you will become strong. So it is our thoughts that create our reality. And so people will be like, yes, I believe this. Yes, that is true. Yes. And then every day you keep thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I can't do it. You're not living it. You know it, but you are not embodying it. If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that your thoughts create your reality, if you believed it, if you lived from that truth, you would stop your thoughts in their track and you would change them. You would not let your thoughts go astray. You wouldn't start to worry about 1,000 things a day. You wouldn't replay worst case scenarios in your head anymore. That is a lack of embodiment. So when people ask me, Kathleen, how do I embody this work? I say, you think differently. And if you can't tell me that you think any different, you have not embodied this work. So it's not about watching my videos. It's about embodying what I say in the videos. It's about changing something specifically about yourself. This is not about information. This is about transformation. And even our live events, some people will join our live events for the information. Some people will join them for the entertainment. Some people will join them for the community, for the rise in vibration. Yes, I will raise your vibration on these live events. Absolutely will. But the difference between a temporary rise in vibration and a permanent change in frequency of vibration and transformation is in actually doing the work, is actually being a different version of yourself. So I want you to be able to look back and be like, you know what? Kathleen used to think like this, and now Kathleen thinks like this. Kathleen used to say things like this. Now Kathleen talks like this. Kathleen used to procrastinate. Now she takes intuitive, inspired action like that. That's the difference that I want all of you to be able to take and to know. So I want to go to what Wendy said, because this is really fun. So Wendy's iPhone said, Kathleen Cameron, with love, not only am I going to equal your achievements in life, but I'm going to challenge you at the post and pass you at the grandstand, babe. I love the babe you added in there. So why is this so significant? Because this is what Bob used to say on many of his live teachings. I can't remember where that saying came from. If somebody will know in the chat, I'm sure it was an author that used to say that. Oh, was it Napoleon Hill? And Bob used to say that all the time. And when I heard him say that, I was like, okay, Bob, I got this. So very, very quickly along my journey, I made the decision that I was going to see myself in a similar vein as Bob. There was no reason to believe that he knew anything that I could never know, that he embodied something that I could never embody. I never believed that I had to do this for 60 years to be able to teach it, to be able to make a difference. Andrew Carnegie told Napoleon Hill to say that every day. Okay, fabulous. See, you guys all know the background. But that is something that every time I heard Bob say it, I went, okay, I'm listening, Bob. And what I understand why he says that is because Bob was in his calling. He was doing what he was meant to do to raise and elevate collective consciousness. And knowing that there is going to be a continuation of this needed past his physical body, now this will live on. If we think about Napoleon Hill, if we think about Andrew Carnegie, Earl Nightingale, Neville Goddard, all of those life changers continue on in their work. And they continue on through those of us that are continuing to move the message. And so he was saying that is because he knew that this information, this power, this material was going to live past and beyond him. And why would you want anybody to never be able to do what you've done? No. So I say this all the time. I truly wait for the day that somebody is going to come and do 1,000 times better than me and embody this work, and then I can celebrate them for that, knowing that I got to be a vessel to be able to support that. I'll never forget, I made my first $1 million in 7 months, and I was like, for a little while there, I thought, how's anybody going to do that again? Like, how am I going to teach somebody to do that again? Like, that was pretty fast, and then I did 3.3 that year. And then Leslie DeMarco, we have a couple interviews with her actually in the community. Leslie DeMarco came in, and I think she made $1 million in 4 months from this work. And she even started making even less than I had started at. I think I was making 3 or 4K a month. I don't even know if she was making that at the time. So it is possible for you to go as far as you desire to go, and there is no limitation. So if you want to come in here and make $20 million in 7 months, you go right ahead. I would love to celebrate you and support you and be there right alongside you. So I love that Wendy said that, because it's so beautiful. But if we look at the synchronicities and the beautiful ways in which the universe provided, I got to spend the last 2 years of Bob's life learning from him. How beautiful. 2020 to 2022. I got to be in his energy. I got to learn from him. And I truly believe I do not take any moment of that time with him for granted. And the friendship that we developed over those 2 years, how close I was able to get to him. I remember I said, I'm going to be friends with Bob. Wrote that down. He's going to say my name on Zooms. He's going to give me his phone number. We're going to have phone calls. And all of that happened because it was an idea in my mind. And so everything happens for a reason, and everything is meant to be. So me being able to do that has really led me to where I am today, and I'm so grateful. So think bigger if you can. But this idea of embodiment, it is about thinking new thoughts. And the most important relationship that you can have is not your relationship with your outside world, it's the relationship with your inside world. It's your relationship with your own thoughts. And so many times we're unaware of them. So many times we push them aside. So many times we just change them without really understanding where they came from or why they are that way. And so for me, it's really asking a lot of questions of whose thought is this anyway? If I'm thinking a thought that isn't very inspiring, if I'm thinking a thought that isn't so nice, I ask the question, whose thought is that anyway? Right now my body is changing so much. It's changing drastically. I've been working out for 1.5 years. I've released, I think it's probably 110 or 115 pounds now. I wear clothes. I was a 3X. I'm down to a large, and some things I'm even a medium. And what's really powerful about that is the mind will play tricks on you. The mind will play tricks on you. So the mind will tell me, my old pattern, my old mind, oh, Kathleen, things are sagging. Things are hanging. You've got loose skin. Oh, that doesn't look so good. So instead of celebrating the growth and how strong my body is, how fast I can run, how much weight I can lift, it says, your skin's kind of hanging there. That doesn't look too good, girl. And so I ask myself, whose thought is that anyway? Where the heck did that come from? And I understand that that's just me, my thought pattern, my human, comparing myself to a beauty standard that is changing, which is really beautiful, to a beauty standard out in the world that says, well, you got to have 6-pack abs. You got to have a flat stomach. Now it's big butt, flat stomach would be nice, but I truly am releasing myself from those expectations, from those standards, because they are just an idea in the mind. So now I am focused upon, and this is the embodiment. So I notice thoughts. And so now I'm going to embody a version of herself who celebrates everything, including loose skin. That is a different feeling. So this is where I notice, I ask, where did it come from? And then I shift and I think differently. And our bodies, it's so interesting because our bodies are going to change. They're always going to change. And if we are so concerned with how our body looks, we are then less concerned about the impact we're going to make in this world. And so I know what limits me, what keeps me from being open to receive all of you, from supporting you, helping you, serving you, is being in my personal mind and making it something about me. So I don't. So this is where I am so grateful for this vessel. I love her. I love her. And I don't want to disrespect her. I want to treat her with love and kindness. And so that includes the thoughts that I am thinking. One of my favorite quotes from James Allen, and I changed it to be a little bit of my own, but he says here, hold on, I gotta find it. You want to know what page? 53. The dreamers are the saviors of the world. Who's a dreamer here? Right? The dreamers are the saviors of the world. What is he saying there? What is he saying? The dreamers are the saviors of the world. If you are someone who has stopped dreaming, if you aren't dreaming, you're creating from past and you're creating from present. So if you aren't dreaming anymore, you're just recreating life as it is. So all the crime, all the poverty, all the war, all the conflict, all the disease, all the misery, we're keeping it alive by thinking from it. So when we decide, yeah, I'm a dreamer and I'm going to dream big and I'm going to go for it, what are we doing? We're changing the landscape of the world. So you think your thought just means nothing. You think your thoughts inside of your head, nobody hears it, who cares? It's just between me and me, doesn't matter. I want you to think again. I want you to take more responsibility for that. I want you to allow yourself to have more significance, more worth, more value than that. If you're a dreamer alongside me, then we need to dream big things, beautiful things. We need to dream of abundance and prosperity and love and peace and joy. And, you know, Shannon said it herself. She's been suicidal in her life. I have as well myself. And so when we get to that place where we don't even see our own worth and value, that we think that the world would be better off without us, we've stopped dreaming. Now we're back dreaming again. And so from a woman who was contemplating how to end her own life to now contemplating how I can change millions of people's lives and change the world, wow, what a difference. How dare I? How dare you, Kathleen, think that you can change the world? Well, you know what? How dare you think you can't? That's what I would say. Like, who do you think you are? Some like useless, unworthy, nothing, just another one of the little ants, just one of the 7 billion people in the world? No, you are not. You are important. You are valuable. You are worth it. And if you are someone that is meant to change the world, you're on this Zoom right now with a bunch of other dreamers. I don't think I saw anybody go, no, me, I don't dream. I'm done. I'm out of here. So this is where the dreamers change the world. And so when we come together and we start dreaming about all the ways in which we can impact collective consciousness to make it better, this is where we change the physical 3D landscape. And yes, you'll change your physical 3D landscape. You'll start to experience a life beyond your wildest dreams, but then you get to help other people do it too. And not by teaching this material, but by being this material. So if you are someone in marketing, if you're a real estate agent, if you are in PR, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you are a teacher, an influencer, no matter what you do, by embodying this work, you are changing the world. By embodying this work. And notice how I'm not saying teaching this work. We have a lot of teachers doing this, a lot, but not many are embodying it. And I had a feeling something was different about the way in which this material was changing my life when Bob sent me a copy of his book, You Were Born Rich. And on the inside page, he wrote me a little note. And I'd seen him write little notes for people before, but I'd never seen what he said. He said, Kathleen, you have earned my admiration. You have earned my admiration. And I went, wow. Isn't that beautiful? A man that spent 60 years in this material saying that to me. This was also something else that Neil Donald Walsh said to me. He said, I don't think I've ever met someone with your level of awareness, with your consciousness. He said, how old are you? I said, 41. He said, you are 41 and you know this like this? And the really beautiful thing too, I said to Neil, I just know things. And I don't know how I know those things, but I know you know how I know those things. And he said, yeah, God. So I'm listening. And so when I teach, when I talk to you, when I come up with these live events, it's all coming from spirit. And it just comes right through me because I'm open to tell and to talk and to share. And so my message is always going to change because I'm not being guided by the human within. I'm being guided from the spirit within, from the soul within. And I really know that these next few years are going to be an even larger embodiment of this than I could have even imagined. Truly. And I just think, man, like, where am I going to be in 10 years when it comes to the embodiment of this work and this material, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But it's available for all of you. There is nothing that I can do that you can't do. People will say to me, oh, Kathleen, you can't say that you're just like everyone else. And I think if I think about my life journey and my path, the story would be very different if I was born into wealth and life was always easy for me and it was always good and I had a perfect body and perfect hair and was beautiful all the time and never experienced any contrast. It wouldn't be the same message. You're going to see some things come from me yesterday. I sent to Casey. I'm very, very guided by intuition. And I saw something pop up and it said, based on a true story. And I just went, man, like that is my life. That is my life, based on a true story. So that's where I want to be relatable. I want to be authentic. I want all of you to be able to see yourselves in me. And I want you to be able to look at me in terms of where I was last and where I'm going to be next and what is available for you, but you got to think it for yourself, right? You were always beautiful. You just couldn't see it. Oh, ain't that the truth? And you know what's so cool is I posted this on my stories yesterday. I gotta share this. Okay. You are so powerful that if you think you aren't, then you aren't. You are so powerful that if you think you aren't, then you aren't. Like that, this is it. Like, I want you all to understand what it means when you say I am powerful. What does that mean? I think things into existence. I write things into existence. My power cannot be unmatched. You can't outfaith me. This is something I say. You can't outfaith me. My faith is so deep, so profound, so big, so powerful. You can't outfaith me. That's what I believe. I believe I can move the clouds with my mind. I believe that I can change the weather. I believe I can move traffic out of the way using my thinking. We were on the way to the airport the other day and I almost missed my flight to Bahamas. And I said to Theo, my dear friend and spiritual advisor, she drove me to the airport. And I said, hold on a minute, Theo, I just got to move this traffic with my mind. She was like, yep, do it, girl. So what if we live in a world like that, where that's your life and you do it? Even, I'm going to start talking about Millionaire in a few minutes, but even joining Millionaire program. What if you decide that that's what you want to do and you just say, okay, deliver me the means, universe, and then it pops in. Happens all the time. We don't make it up. God will be like, here you go. Here's a deposit. Here's a line of credit. Here's a gift from somebody. Here's some new sales. Yeah. But you must believe it for yourself. Let's do a guided visualization. How do we feel about that? Yeah? Okay. Team, let's get ready to do this. And then we're going to talk about the new spiritual leadership course and some Millionaire and Modern Mentor and give away that one-on-one coaching call. So let's get Jen. Like, how did an hour go by already? I could just hang out with all of you like all day long. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. Jen, you tell me when we're ready. Hold on. They're texting me. Ready. Okay. Let's go. I invite you to this meditation to create your divine self. I want you to sit comfortably in your chair, palms facing up in receiving mode. I want you to visualize a funnel of lavender energy circling above the crown of your head, and that funnel of lavender energy goes right into the crown of your head and continues to swirl. Feel that pure energy filling your whole being. It swirls through your shoulders, through your chest, and your abdomen, and your hips, through your legs, grounding you. Now I want you to create the picture on the screen of your mind of yourself living the life you always desire. This is the place where everything is the way that you want it to be. You have freedom and joy and happiness. Your life is as you designed it to be. You spend your days doing only what you love. Pay attention to what is showing up. Wherever you are, I want you to find a mirror on the wall. It may be your reflection in the water. And I want you to look at yourself from head to toe. This is your most divine version of yourself. This is the happiest you've ever been. The healthiest you've ever been. And the wealthiest you've ever been. attention to the expression on your face as you look at yourself in the mirror. What do you say to yourself now that you've achieved everything you set out to do? You made a decision. You persisted, and it's here. You did it. You stepped into your power. Okay, bring yourself back, please, and allow yourself to really solidify the feeling of how it feels to be you, to be at that end result. This is very powerful in many, many different ways. Visualization. You're actually you're tapping into the next iteration of yourself. It is real. It is there. It is a version of you, not that you're creating, but that exists now. And so you're tapping into that in your imagination, which is God, which is the fourth dimension. And so it is a remembering. So don't go and forget and, move forward. Allow that to sit with you for the rest of the day. Allow that to be your experience. Allow that to be the reminder that you needed of who and what you really are. My gua sha just fell and broke. You don't need that thing anymore, do you? Yeah. It's a remembering of who and what you really are. Okay, let's chat a little bit about Diamond Academy and open enrollment. I think my purpose, my calling here in this physical 3D world is so much more is so much more important than I first thought it was. I would have thought that my purpose for living, or my raison d'être, would have been having my daughters. And yeah, there was a time where that was it, and that was life-changing in itself, and I believe my daughters are my everything. But they're not the only reason I'm here. Very, very big reason, but they're not the only reason. And I know that my daughters are going to be changing the world alongside me, and they're becoming beautiful spiritual beings that are so empowered. They're 10 and 12, and they're meant to change the world with me. But the three of us together are meant to do this. I've never said this to them, so I want them to figure this out themselves. But I know that this is what they're meant to do. And the other piece too is my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my business partner, the father of my daughters. We're all meant to do this together. This is a family that is growing and expanding to change the collective. And so this isn't just about my family, but this is about your family. And this is about every family in this beautiful 3D experience, and how the families can come together for the greater collective consciousness. So that's why we always say, when you join a course or program with us, we welcome you to the Diamond Academy family, because I really want you to know that this is a place where our goal is collective growth. And you'll know, if you are part of my community, if you're a Millionaire Modern Mentor, we don't talk nasty about each other. We don't backstab. We don't gossip. We don't vent. We don't complain. And if anybody does in our energy, we go, oh, you didn't get the memo. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. So we have a beautiful agreement that we're going to help each other rise, even if it's uncomfortable. So if you come at me with some gossip, I'm going to say some cute little thing about, well, what are you grateful for about that person? Or, you think that's really true? Or how can we move on to the creative plane instead of this gossipy plane? So anyway, I say that to say that we are meant to support you. And so these live events and the YouTube channel and the podcast are ways for me to give value. But the real growth, the real change, the real shift comes when you decide to invest in yourself to come into our community and be a member of our family. And the biggest changes, the most drastic transformations have been in the Millionaire program and the Modern Mentor programs. And of course, my one-on-one coaching in my inner circle. But the closer that you are to me, to this work, to this team, the more you will be impacted. It's almost, somebody said to me the other day, you're magic, Kathleen, what's going on there? And I said, well, it's not my magic. It's me helping you tap into your magic. That brings the magic. So I don't want to have to be the magic for all of you, but I can certainly help all of you tap into your own magic. So that's the way I see it. So does magic start to happen when you're in my energy? Of course it does. But I want you to be able to be magical without me afterwards. So it's all about self-leadership and growth. So we're going to open enrollment to Millionaire and Modern Mentor today. And the way in which I really want you to consider an opportunity to join us and to join the Diamond Academy family is not, do I have the money, but do I want to do it? Is this a community that I would want to be a part of? Is this an energy that I want to stay close to? Is this something I would love to experience in my life every single day? And so when you're asking yourself those questions, you're tapping into the intuition, you're tapping into the higher version of yourself to say, is this an experience that I want? Can you accomplish what you want without me? Of course you can. You absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, can. Right? This isn't about you needing me. This is about you wanting me. Why would I teach you to need me? That's attachment. You are not going to manifest from that state. So if you sign up for a course or a program with me and you think you need me, I'm going to show you real quick you don't. Because if you need me, you're not going to manifest like I want you to. So I'm going to teach you that yes, I can help you do it faster. I can help you do it with greater ease. I can help you enjoy and love the process. But you don't need me, you want me. And so I truly believe that if you stay in that energy, the universe will provide you with what it is that you desire in order to make it happen. And if Millionaire and Modern Mentor aren't for you at this moment, meaning you don't have the investment capacity for it, get in House of Manifestation. Don't wait. We see people come into House of Manifestation, they get into the energy, and then they ascend into Millionaire and Modern Mentor. They move up. And so what that means, well, Kate, thank you so much for sharing that. Kate was in House of Manifestation and is now in Millionaire. And so it's so beautiful she transitioned. But if you do have the capacity for Millionaire, don't start in House of Manifestation, come to Millionaire. It's all about your worthiness, right? I just had a sign that I have to enroll in Millionaire, see? The universe will provide you with signs. You don't have to, but you want to. That's beautiful. So what am I going to do right now? So one of the things that God's been really talking to me about is leadership. And I am a leader, and I do identify myself as a very good leader. I'm a visionary. So one of the strengths that I have is casting a vision and being so convinced in my vision and so passionate about my vision that others want to follow. And those are very, very influential traits and qualities. Charisma is also part of it too, to be very charismatic. Now, that level of influence and that level of leadership can be used for good or it can be used for bad. And I know the difference. It can do God's work or it can do another kind of work. And so we have a lot of experiences and we know a lot of people that are really, really great leaders, but they lead people towards doing some bad things. And so I understand the level of influence I have, and I understand that I want to use my leadership skills and qualities for good, for the good of all. And this is why my manifestations are coming to fruition so quickly and effortlessly, and why things are going viral and things are growing so much, and this abundance is flowing, is because of my authenticity and because everything I do is for the greater good of all. So it's not for the greater good of Kathleen Cameron, it's for the greater good of all. So I ask for something for Kathleen with the greater good of all in mind for it to be able to support. So I've decided, have been told that it's time for me to start taking my leadership up to a new level. So when I think about Kathleen Cameron and KC and where I've been and what I've done and what I've accomplished in my life, there's been a lot of leadership. I have multiple bachelor's degrees. I have a master's degree in nursing leadership. I was a nurse leader for 10 years in healthcare administration, and I ended my career as a director in healthcare for the provincial government. So I have carried a lot of space. I've managed a lot of people, and I've cast a lot of visions. But this time in Diamond Academy has been different. This is my vision, my own company, my own idea coming into the physical form. So I'm not building somebody else's, I'm building mine. And what's so beautiful about that is that had me go out onto an island. It had me build my own community from nothing to something. And it gave me an opportunity to really step into a different level of leadership. And so now I'm the CEO of a 8-figure business, so a multi-million-dollar company. How lovely. But I'm now tapping into a different level. This isn't just about leading people towards ascension. This is a whole other context. And so when I start thinking about KCB and who she is and what she does, her level of leadership is even greater than what I can comprehend in this moment. And so what a better way for me to tap into that higher level of leadership than to lead a leadership course. So I'm going to run a 4-week program called The Spiritual Leader. And so this is to lead with spirit. This is soul-led leadership. This is not about being authoritative. This is not about the ego at all. This is about allowing spirit to work through you so you can be the best leader to lead others. Who on this Zoom is a leader right now? Who on YouTube is a leader right now? I want every single hand up. Every single person on this Zoom, on this YouTube, watching this replay, you're a leader. And I want you to take ownership of that. Who are you leading? Your friends, your family, your children, your children. Every time you post on social media, you're leading people. So if we understand, appreciate, and allow ourselves to become elevated leaders, this is where the dreamers change the world. So if those that are the dreamers, the ones that are dreaming really, really big, that are casting those visions, if I can get you to be the best leader that you can be, and I get you to cast the best vision that you could cast, and I get you to self-lead, and I get you to lead with love and with God, and I get you to lead in a really, really powerful way, what are we going to do? We're going to take a dreamer that's going to change the world. So you're not just going to dream, you're going to lead, and you're going to change the collective consciousness. My calling is to raise collective consciousness, one person at a time. And so the spiritual leadership course is going to be taught in the month of September. Going to be 4 lessons. Some of the things that have come through is the importance of understanding your power and your influence. I'm also going to teach you different leadership styles. I'm going to help you create an identity and self-concept for what kind of leader that you desire to be. And then I'm going to help you to understand that self-leadership is the key and embodiment is the key. So it will be 4 beautiful lessons on how to tap into and become a spiritual leader at a higher level than you currently are right now. So what I've decided to do is this program, this course, is going to be included for anyone that enrolls in Millionaire or Modern Mentor. We've had a lot of enrollments this week. This has been really, really beautiful. Normally enrollments come in on the last day when I open enrollment like this, but this week we've had a lot of people sign up. Actually, team, do you want to give me some names? Casey, do you want to give me some names in our chat and I can celebrate a few people? But we've had a lot of people sign up for Millionaire and Modern Mentor this week. And then we've also had members of the community extend their time. So anybody that has already signed up for Millionaire or Modern Mentor this week, you are going to get the spiritual leader included. And then anybody that signs up going forward this week, you will get the spiritual leader included. It's not included in HOM, okay? The other piece is anybody that decides to extend in our community at a pay in full option will get spiritual leader included, but only in a pay in full. And we created a 6-month pay in full option for you. So if you're currently in Millionaire or Modern Mentor and you're going to be graduating soon and you want to stick around, you want to stay, then we will give you spiritual leader as well if you do the 6-month or 1-year pay in full. Yes, it's definitely included in Inner Circle. So if anybody is looking at Inner Circle, you will also get Spiritual Leader included in that as well. And you will also get the replay of the Rise, which is another course that I just taught. So lots and lots and lots and lots of content included. Okay, the team's just going to send me a few things. How much is extended community? So what I would say is for Extended Millionaire, for Extended Modern Mentor, for Inner Circle, please reach out to the member of my team so that you can get the exact amounts of what it would be for each of those. There's payment plan options for everything. And then there is pay in full options. Pay in full does come with some bonuses and things like that. So talk to my team, please. They'll be able to give you, I just don't want to say the wrong amount on here. And I'm not as close to the prices and the payment plans of everything. So I actually don't know how much everything costs anymore, which is cool. What if you joined Millionaire in the last month? I would say as the last Millionaire enrollment had a different promotion included. So if you've already gotten another promotion, you won't be eligible for another one. So I would say if you've joined in the last month, just chat with a member of my team and we'll see what is available. The spiritual leadership course will be available for sale in the month of August. It'll be at least $997 on its own. Potentially, I think I might actually raise it to be a little bit more than that because it's a pretty substantial course, 4-week course. But you will be able to get it on its own. But it is a steal of a deal to take Millionaire and get it included. So if you want to do Millionaire, I would hands down suggest that. Okay, I just want to shout out a few people. So Audrey, Helen, and Megan have extended their time in Millionaire and Modern Mentor. So they're going to stick around, which is a beautiful testament to the programs. And then Millionaire this week, we had Debbie, Kelsey, Gabriella, Cheryl, Kate, Gloria, Gary, and Sanjana. Sanjana just enrolled in Millionaire today. Wow. Is that beautiful? So I posted on my story the other day just how excited it makes me when people know and they make a decision from the knowing of what they're meant to do and make the decision. I absolutely love that. So if you know and you want to sign up and you want to enroll, do it right now. Don't wait. Get on there, sign up. We can celebrate you. And if you need to speak to a member of the team, please do that as well. They're here to support you and help you. What I always do, and this is so fun, you guys know this, anybody that signs up on enrollment day or this week, if you signed up this week, I'm going to send you a special gift, something that I have at home that's really near and dear to my heart. So anybody that signs up for Millionaire or Modern Mentor or Extended Community today only, I'm going to send you a little gift in the mail. But this promotional window for the spiritual leader to come with it is going to be for this period, so till the end of the month. Can we sign up today for the spiritual leader? Cindy, I don't know that we are ready to sell it on its own, but I will ask the team. Probably in 2 weeks you can sign up, but I'll chat with the team about it, but it's not ready yet. Right now we're offering it in advance for those that are taking Millionaire and Modern Mentor. Yeah, the spiritual leader. And any questions? Somebody asked me a question about the workbook in the chat. So what I want to tell you, and I want to make super, super clear is that the most important part of the Millionaire and Modern Mentor programs are the workbooks. They were created in such a way that they take you through a transformation, through a reprogramming of the subconscious mind. I just finished paying in full for both, but let me include it for me. I would love to learn leadership. Oh, Sarah, if you're in the Inner Circle, then you will get the spiritual leadership course. Yes. Yep. So the workbooks are the most important part. That is where the work happens. That's where the embodiment happens. So yes, I want you to come on my live calls. Yes, I want you to go on embodiment sessions with my team. Yeah, I want you to watch the courses. Like Millionaire and Modern Mentor, both are substantial, significant courses that you watch. Then I have live teachings every week. And then we have embodiment sessions. I want you to do all of that. But that's the being in the community. That's the acquisition of information. That's the rise in vibration. But the workbooks is where the work is. When does Millionaire start? The moment you click and you sign up, Wendy. Let's go. Lorena, she's ready. Let's go. Pay in full or deposit. That's the only thing I would ask, is which way do you want to do it? I used to, when I used to talk about these courses, I used to be like, oh, they're going to need a lot of information before they sign up. They're going to need to know this. They're going to need to know that. But what I can tell you is all you need to know is that it's something that you want to do. That's it. And knowing if the outcome is going to be what you want it to be is deciding that that's the outcome at the beginning. It's not a what if, it's a knowing, right? Dive right in. The water is warm. It is. Alex, I will say one of the things that I used to do is I used to dip my toes in the water. I used to wait and see. I used to, test it and see how it would be. But now I am a jump right in. I am an all in girl. All in. Absolutely. Can you please send the links via email? I can't read the chat and focus on the screen at once. Brandy Miller, yes, we can. Can we take a look and see who Brandy has as a manifestation mentor and watch your email? They'll send you an email with the links to sign up. Dawn just signed up for Modern Mentor. Oh, fantastic, Dawn. Welcome. Oh, and Anna Rains, who does my marketing, she teaches once a month in Modern Mentor, and she's been teaching them about YouTube. Oh, anyway, YouTube is going crazy viral, and it all has to do with the intention we're creating in the mind, which is so fun. It's Millionaire Lifetime. It is a 6-month program. So what that means is you are in my community and my live teachings and on the embodiment calls for 6 months. But once you have completely paid in full for the course, you get it for life. So the course will be yours forever. You can log in, you can do it as many times as you want. Yeah. Ellen Wright. Ellen took one of my courses at the beginning and is now back in Millionaire again. I think you were gone for maybe 2 years, Ellen, and you've come back. This is the power of this work, power of this energy. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions that you want me to? I would love to learn about YouTube. Okay. Okay. Will you be offering the Rise offer again? Of course. Yes. So the Rise is a 8-week course that I created all about a rise in consciousness. It's identity work and self-concept work. It is, I am so proud of that program. It is so good, but it probably won't be till next year. We'll probably offer it for January. And then I'm also going to be thinking about when I want to offer the wealth course again. But we got by law coming up in the fall. I could teach 1,000 courses. Seriously. How do we find our mentor? If you don't know who your mentor is, please just put your email in the chat box. Don't put your email on YouTube though. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that, but on YouTube, just put like maybe your full name and somebody will comment and send you a message. You can also always contact anybody on the team in my direct messages. We check those, and info@diamondacademy.ca. Okay. So there should be no reason you can't get a hold of us. How long will the replays be available? Of this? Are you talking about this? Or of courses? Yeah. I want to look at all the options, get my questions answered, and then decide which is best for me. Gina, perfect. So have a chat with the team. So what my team is really, really good at is finding out from you, where do you currently see yourself? Where is your current set of beliefs? Where are you potentially keeping yourself safe and comfortable? And then where do you want to go? And which program would be the best option for you? But just in a nutshell, Millionaire is for anyone in any industry, in any area of the world, any gender, it does not matter. And Modern Mentor is more geared towards consultants and coaches, people in a more elevated mentorship role. We also, for any men that are on the call, I see some men in here. We have a beautiful men's embodiment session that just started. We're only 3 weeks in. And so we actually have such a beautiful little community now of masculine energy that is being run on, I believe it's Tuesday afternoons. So we run embodiment sessions. The team runs embodiment sessions, and they're for anyone. And the Tuesday afternoon calls are strictly for men. And we've created a little bit of a different embodiment curriculum to to just change a few things, because men manifest a little bit differently than women do in terms of grounded masculinity and how to be a leader and how to be a provider. And manifest, so not lose that. You want to stay in your grounded masculinity and move out of the toxic masculinity, like the I'm so hard I never feel anything type of thing. We want to move you out of that, because your power lies in your feelings. So I've had several one-on-one male coaching clients, and one of the beautiful things about that is I've got them to work less and make more through tapping into that feminine, that feeling. So if you are a gentleman and you are thinking about millionaire or modern mentor, we do have access to that embodiment session on Tuesdays. Josh just ran his first embodiment session this week, and he did incredibly well. So we're really, really excited for all of those. So chat with the team if you need to. Yes, all of these replays will be on YouTube, and we also have a landing page for them. If we use our mentors affiliate, yeah, no matter what link you use to sign up, you get the bonuses. So if you're going to just go to KathleenCameronOfficial.com and sign up from there, or you go through a member of my team, you get all the same bonuses. The clicking on a link from a member of my team is just for our tracking purposes. Yeah, it doesn't impact your stuff at all. I started with HOM manifesting the funds for millionaire. And you know how many people we have ascending up? It's so beautiful. Okay, I am going to talk about the one-on-one call. Okay, so I'm just finding my note from the team because they pulled the name. Now you got to be on here live. So if you've hopped off and your name was pulled, the universe is giving you a lesson. So let me just find. Here we go. Okay, Catherine also extended her time in the community as well. So I'm excited for you, Catherine. Okay, the winner for the one-on-one coaching call. This is an example of energy. There is people that are in our community that are loud and proud. I have like avid followers. I have people that are always like in my DMs. They're always commenting on everything that I do, coming onto the live events. And like, this is just an example of how much you express your energy, how loud and proud you are. It impacts your ability to be seen. So this name has been very, very visible for me in the past like 30 days, I'm going to say. So the fact that this name was randomly pulled is like no coincidences. So the one-on-one call goes to Kimberly Saunders. Kimberly Saunders. I have been seeing that name a lot. So that's exciting. Jen, are you going to clap now? Look at how powerful I am. I said it and she did it. That's how I believe that my manifestations are with the universe. Oh my gosh. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to end today with a song. We always end with songs, and this one actually came through. We listened to it as a team, and it was so beautiful. And then Kaylee messaged me this morning. Kaylee's a member of my team. She does my hair, so this beautiful mane of magic that is my beautiful hair. Kaylee does this. Kaylee also just is teaching a series, self-care series in House of Manifestation. But she sent me the song this morning, which means we're meant to listen to it. So this song that we're going to listen to is Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga. And before we play it and end this beautiful day, I just want to say how grateful I am for all of you, how proud I am of each and every one of you. We are here for you no matter what your outcome is. We are here to support you and guide you and hold space for you no matter if you do enroll in a program or not. And I hope you all know that from us. My team is here for you. I am here for you no matter what. Okay? And I want you to be here for you no matter what. So I'm super grateful. Congratulations, Kimberly. Congratulations to everyone enrolling in the Diamond Academy family. Remember, I'm sending you a gift. Anybody who enrolls today, I'm going to send you a special little gift of something that's very dear to my heart, something I made myself with love. So I will send that out to you. And then anybody that's going to enroll this week, love you so much.